Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, I have an update on some of my cat prints. So I've actually gone away and finally decided to use black within my Lino prints. So if anyone doesn't know or needs a little catch up, basically I've been doing a Lino print of one of my cats, Io. Because he's a strawberry blonde cat, it's very difficult to just not do a black and white Lino print because I want his colour. His colour's so nice and luxurious and very a caramel latte, and I wanted to demonstrate that within a print, but I didn't quite know how to, and I've been going back and forwards. I've created about 5 different versions of himself using vast varieties of colour, whether in the background or in the print, and this next version is where I've used the background colour of his actual fur, not his actual fur but the colour influenced by the background, and I've done a black liner print on top of it. Now this to me has worked in 2 different ways. So this is the print. You see his lovely colour, and you can see all the detail that I've put in to a liner print. You can see him all snug as a bug into it. Now this has done something that I struggled to do with the other prints, and that is to be actually identify what the liner print is. So with some of my other prints, I will quickly go back through them in a minute. You can see that once I've done a print of this colour onto the piece of paper, I've had to outline where you can see the colour coming in, either in just a fine liner or filling it in with a fine liner pen. Bring forth the details to be able to see what the actual object is, which is my lovely cat. Now, comparing this one to the others, not only did I have to outline it, but I actually printed onto a separate piece of paper, which has given it this bit of a layering effect. I was iffy about it for ages. I was like, what is wrong with this? Like, what am I doing wrong? And just this element has irritated me for such a long time, and I think that's why I ended up with this version. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this version, but I feel like just having a black print when your cat isn't black and white, there's something quite easy about it, and I feel like that's not a challenge for me. This is more of a project than I thought I was about to take on, but it is something that I still am not quite finished on the line. So what am I going to do next? So this is the previous liner print. You can see it's a bit hard with the reflection, but you can see that I've pressed it onto a piece of paper. Instead of press onto a piece of paper, I think I'm just going to press onto the actual print. Now, I still really like the colour combinations that I've chosen. So the first lot of prints were green here. I'm like, this is what I've done earlier. So I still want to do a version of green with the yellow. The main problem is the cross contamination, so I'm going to have to make sure that the paper is dry, like extremely dry, for me to be able to press on top of it, because the last thing I want is contamination, basically. Then we have this one. I'm going to do exactly the same, so I'm going to get the colour printed on top of the orange with the yellow colour on top as well. So that's 2 different versions I want to do. With this one, part of me wants to use orange, so do basically opposites to the other one. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm kind of stuck with this version, and I don't know what to do with it, because I feel like it's there, it's present, but that lack of curiosity has disappeared. Not to say it's not a good artwork, like I said, like you can make several different artworks as you're doing a project, but the main thing I'm after is the masterpiece. And I feel like I haven't quite got that yet, but if anyone's interested, all these prints I've actually mentioned, they will be available on my Vinted account, so if you'd like to get them. They actually go off a bit cheaper as well, because they're not classed as the masterpiece, but they're still a good piece of artwork that anyone and everyone can enjoy. Anyway, I'm just constantly staring at this piece and I'm going, what is wrong with it? What do I want out of you? I love the colour, but I feel like I can't use black. But I feel like orange is too on the nose. So I'm kind of stuck. And I hate being stuck when it comes to a project because I feel like I'm itching to do something. But saying that, what I said about in my last video is when I get to the point where I can't move on from a particular piece because it's done something that is finished. It's kind of like sitting on a shelf kind of feeling. It's done. It's done. So maybe this colour can only go with black as a background, that is. I can't imagine doing it in any other colour, because if I did it in blue, it'd just be weird. Blue cat, I mean, Monet did it, or Monet did blue figures onto this. Oh god, I've just shot myself in the foot. Would a blue cat look okay? I don't know. I mean, I suppose it might go green as well because of the paint. Oh god, I'm in trouble now. Blue? But I want to see blue. When it comes to stuff like this, I literally just keep asking myself and trying to imagine it. I'm like, what would blue actually add to this composition or this artwork? Don't know, but I think the only way to stop this curiosity is probably through printing it through blue. Oh god. So much for fitting it onto a shelf. There's just that one thing. I suppose it's better than one thing than like loads of things. Because then I also thought about if I did multi-prints onto a piece of paper, but that's not the whole point. I want a proper press of IO, finished, easy to reproduce, and allow lots of other people to enjoy him as much as I enjoy him. So, rewinding, this one, full green, printing with that colour on top of it once it's dried. Same version with this one, orange border, print yellow on top of that, finish that one, so you can see all the stripy lines. This one, do another background, and print on top with blue. It may seem like, well, you've only just done this one print, but actually there's been a lot of thought and process and theory going into this, more than I thought. And clearly, still going directional. Looking at it now, those two others, the first two that have the IO colour on the actual print, they are more like the reproductions, whereas this one here on the left, when I do a blueprint, that might be an abstraction version. Why not? Like I've done with the tulips. Could be not. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see what my mind comes up with. Anyway, I also want to add on to the end of this video that over the next few weeks I will not be doing as many art videos. I will pop in, but I might be down to one art video a week, but I will fill it in with another gardening video or another travelling video. Haven't quite figured it out. It's very much on the day, kind of sorting what I'm doing. And that is because this room is finally going to get decorated. So I mean, we're ripping up the carpet that's on here. It's a creamy carpet. We've got a day bed, literally you're balanced on it against the wall, and there's a radiator behind it. So we want to move the radiator to where the Pokemon flannel is. So we can use the radiator and it's not stuck behind the wall. But also when this day bed becomes a proper bed, you can still use it and it's not going to get in the way of the door. Hopefully be able to do that within the next 2 weeks. Fingers crossed. So we want to laminate the floor. I've also got another couple of boards to go up. So this pegboard here is called a Scalis pegboard, and it's just put on to the left hand side to allow me some more organisation. And I just generally need to organise this whole room. Also need to put up some curtains because we've got a blind at the moment and that's it. It's the old blind from the old house, from the old people who used to live here, which is absolutely fine. It does its job at the moment until I can afford another blind. So yeah, just lots of little bits and pieces that need to go in. We do have to get someone out to sort the radiator out because we're not moving radiators because it involves moving the floorboards, which, you know, there's certain things you just don't do, like touch the boiler or the electrics or radiators. I can bleed a radiator, but I cannot move radiators. I do not trust myself. So yeah, exciting. Like I said, I'll do my very best to do at least one art video. If I can't do it in the studio, I will do it outside and it would just be a hell of a lot of fun, because why would it not? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. In my description there are links to my social medias, also my eBay and Vinted account. Thank you everyone who's bought on there. I have uploaded some other bits and pieces on there, so whether or not you've bought artworks or clothing, thank you. I do really appreciate it, every single person that buys something through those channels. And I do also appreciate all 341 of you that have subscribed to me recently, well not recently, well on my channel. That number is quite big. I can't believe how many people have actually subscribed to me. It baffles my mind, honestly. But yeah, all these artworks that I've shown you today are available on my Vinted. I'm just waiting for the black and yellow one to dry out, then I'll put it back up into Vinted. But yeah, thank you guys again, and I shall see you soon. Bye.